Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 State of the University Address. I'm Dr. Timothy Brakel, President of the University of Toledo's Faculty Senate. Today, we as a university are collectively focused on the health and safety of our campus and community. Given the adjustments that we've all made due to COVID-19, this year's address is coming to you via video. But we still have several great accomplishments to recognize. I'm looking forward to hearing from our president, Dr. Sharon Gaber, and I'm sure you are too. You, our students, faculty, and so many others, have achieved many great things in the last year that we want to honor. And whether we're talking about graduation rates, athletic success, new research awards, or strong partnerships in the Toledo region, our campus-wide commitment to excellence is the foundation supporting it all. Since coming to U Toledo in 2015, Dr. Gaber has supported that reimagining of our culture. She has consistently set a tone and an attitude for us all to follow. Rockets are leading the way toward a better future with bold, confident ideas and determination. I'm pleased to introduce the 17th President of the University of Toledo, Dr. Sharon Gaber.
Hello. If this were a normal day in early April, we would all be on our campus as it is buzzing with activity. Instead, we've made necessary changes to our way of life to ensure the health and safety of our community. These are challenging times as we and everyone across the country and the world respond to the coronavirus pandemic. We've made difficult decisions, moving to remote learning for the rest of the semester and for summer courses too, asking our students to move off campus and requiring employees to work from home. We also canceled all spring events, including our most treasured tradition, commencement. I'm heartbroken that we will not be able to celebrate our students as they walk across the stage to receive their diploma, but look forward to honoring your accomplishments and hard work over these past years with a virtual celebration. The well-being of our campus community has been our top priority throughout this extremely challenging time. I want to thank you for all of your patience, flexibility, and commitment to our institutional mission. Together with our Board of Trustees and senior leaders, and the understanding and dedication of our faculty, staff, students, alumni, and supporters, we have all made changes to our day-to-day way of lives in order to protect everyone. We are living our mission to improve the human condition, and it starts with protecting the most vulnerable among us. Especially in this time of uncertainty, I felt it was critical to continue the tradition of providing an annual State of the University address, just in a different digital format as advised by our public health experts. It's important to acknowledge the many accomplishments from this academic year that we have to be proud of, and to share with you what I look forward to in the coming year. It takes strong leadership to make tough choices, and your University of Toledo is a leading institution of higher education. Despite these difficult times, our role as a public research university is more important than ever. We're educating the next generation of critical thinkers and innovative leaders, advancing knowledge through groundbreaking research, and serving as a strong community partner with our region and our state. U Toledo's leading the way to better tomorrows for hundreds of thousands here in our region and around the world. Cleaner drinking water and energy sources, better vaccines, testing, and treatments for serious public health challenges, safer communities, all possible because rockets aren't satisfied with gaining knowledge, we're leading change. We're now at the halfway point of our strategic plan. That plan is our roadmap toward 2022, when the University of Toledo will celebrate our 150th anniversary. Throughout these last few years together, we've accomplished several great milestones. As we talk about some of them today, you'll hear one word being repeated over and over: leadership. Leadership starts with each of us. The world is changing, and whether it's during times of great progress or when we're called on to make difficult choices, it's the actions we take that define us. Where others see challenges, rockets see opportunities. Because of the strong leaders on our campus, our national reputation continues to grow. Toledo now has 20 academic programs, including undergraduate, graduate, online, and professional programs that are nationally ranked by U.S. News and World Report. With this number, we have doubled our strategic plan goal and quadrupled our nationally ranked programs since 2016. We also have been ranked among the top 100 public universities in the latest Wall Street Journal Times Higher Education rankings. And the Princeton Review recently ranked our College of Law 5th on its national list of the top law schools with the greatest resources for women, and again included Toledo in its Best Law Schools 2020 ranking. We're expanding our impact as thought leaders, advancing important conversations around the world. Our faculty experts are influencing the national dialogue on important topics, including the presidential election process, the Me Too movement, and efforts to prevent threats of mass violence in our schools. They're appearing in outlets like the Wall Street Journal, National Public Radio, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. In the last year, Toledo and our expertise have been featured in the media more than 5,800 times, reaching a global audience of billions. Last year, when I gave this State of the University address, I encouraged all of us to live out the attributes of our new Fueling Tomorrow's brand, celebrating the people on our campus who are innovative leaders driven to make an impact on the world. I asked each of you to tell our story proudly, to let Ohio, the country, and the world know who rockets are through our work, our passion, and our purpose. The examples I just mentioned are proof that we're doing all of that. Now let me say a few words about some of the tough choices that leadership requires. It's been well documented that the UT Medical Center is in a challenging financial situation. We understand the community's concerns about access to health care. At the same time, we need to address the economic realities we face as a small, independent hospital in a rapidly evolving healthcare industry. We are working to stabilize the hospital's finances, which included opening up the medical staff bylaws, as we evaluate options for the future. We will continue to be as transparent as we can be throughout this process as recommendations come forward. I want to say a thank you to all of our clinical faculty and medical staff who've stepped up during this global pandemic to offer rapid coronavirus testing and care for our patients. I'll share more about this later, but couldn't mention our hospital without recognizing these dedicated medical professionals. While change is inevitable, I remain confident that Toledo's future is brighter than ever. We remain committed to our educational mission and are leading by example. First, we're innovating education and programs throughout our colleges. Second, our students are succeeding like never before. And third, our research and discoveries are changing lives around the globe. Finally, we're supporting our communities with service, partnership, and knowledge. Our students are realizing their potential as leaders and innovators through one-of-a-kind learning experiences made possible by collaborative teams across our campuses. I'd like to congratulate our College of Law graduates for their impressive scores on the summer bar exam, an 89% first-time passage rate, the highest in a decade and well above the statewide average of 82%. And I'd like to recognize all 76 of our 2019 College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences graduates who passed the state's required pharmacy law exam on their first attempt. Not only does the 100% passage rate surpass all other schools in Ohio, but it represents the highest passage rate in the nation. Our College of Nursing is another great example of creative programs and partnerships. The new competency-based online RN to BSN program is the first of its kind in Ohio and has already doubled enrollment since last spring. This program offers flexible education that allows working students to learn at their own pace. And last month, we announced a new dual admission partnership with Owens Community College that creates a seamless pathway for nursing students to earn an Associate in Applied Science degree in Registered Nursing from Owens, followed by a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing here at Toledo. Our campus-wide commitment to student success is stronger than ever. To our students, we're here for you and we miss being with you on campus. Your faculty, advisors, deans, and so many others across the university work tirelessly, especially during challenging times like these, to help you achieve your dreams and fulfill your potential. We've worked to find creative ways to continue the on-campus services you want and need. Live tutoring is being provided on Zoom. The Counseling Center, which grew its team and expanded hours and locations to the Health Science campus this year, is now providing phone consultations. The Career Services team is available via phone or web conference. And throughout this, we continue to provide food to those who use our student food pantries, now located on both the Main and Health Science campuses. It's because of the creative leadership on our campuses that we were able to reach a huge student success milestone. Following fall 2019 commencement, our 6-year graduation rate improved to a record high of 51.7%, up more than 10% since 2015, and meeting our strategic plan goal 3 years early. That achievement was possible because of our great progress on student retention. For the 7th straight year, more students returned to campus in the fall for their second year. Our first to second year retention rate for undergraduate students was 76.4% this school year, the highest rate on record in the last 20 years. Our commitment to student success is attracting top students to our campuses. We were proud to welcome our best academically prepared class of first-year students for the second year in a row. And this year, our student athletes were recognized with the Mid-American Conference Institutional Academic Achievement Award for earning a school record overall GPA of 3.277. It was the second straight year and 6th of the last 8 that we won the award. One soon-to-be graduate has already interned at 2 of the world's leading tech companies, Google and Adobe, and will head to Microsoft after graduation. She's using her problem-solving skills to help others and increase diversity in her field. I'm sure you'll be as impressed by her as I am.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I discovered IT once I got to Toledo, actually, and that's kind of like when I discovered that I really enjoy programming. So that's when I decided to switch my major to IT, take all the programming classes, get involved with hackathons, and then the rest is history. So I actually founded the women's chapter of the Association for Computing Machinery, and it is one of the most active organizations on the College of Engineering. Women are very, very underrepresented in computer science. We make up less than 20% of the overall population of CS majors. And now, because of all the work that we did with ACMW, like, not only do they know that these opportunities are out there for them, but they have the passion and the courage to reach for them. I see a lot of students will self-select themselves out of the applicant pool. I was selected for the Google Women Tech Maker Scholarship in 2018, and from that applicant pool too, there were students from a lot of different competitive universities. I get shocked when I'm like looking at like all the students from like Harvard, Stanford, Yale, and like, just seeing my name up there and then seeing UT. With Google Research, you have to get nominated by your department. Through that, they pick 37 students, and basically they match you with a mentor at Google. So through that program, I have already published a paper at ACM's CHI conference in Hawaii. So I think the first author papers definitely helped me get into my first choice PhD program. After that, I'm also working on another project. Basically, I'm studying gender bias in politics and just kind of like looking at how the landscape might have changed for female politicians. For Adobe, I applied to the Adobe Women in Tech Scholarship, and I was one of the 9 that were selected. And Adobe takes in a very, very, very small group of undergraduate students for research. Basically, I got to work on a project that helps blind people generate summaries of newspaper articles and Wikipedia articles. And that's kind of when I discovered my passion for like developing assistive technologies for disabled people. I'm hoping with all of these diversity initiatives, we can move toward a society where computer science is not just viewed as like something for men, and a lot of people from different backgrounds can see themselves as programmers or computer science researchers. I would really like to see the field that I'm in become more diverse and more open to different perspectives. So I'm doing all I can to make that happen.
Each of our students has a great story to tell. Emma Sampson is a great example of a student athlete who's demonstrating leadership in both her academic and athletic pursuits. A mechanical engineering junior and swimmer, she was one of 2 student athletes chosen to represent the Mid-American Conference at this year's NCAA Leadership Forum. The forum was unfortunately canceled, but we're proud of her selection for this important role. The Arts and Sciences collaborated on an important project this year to design a medical device for a professional actor's wheelchair to improve his expressiveness and range of motion on stage. Together with Dr. Matt Foss and Dr. Brian Treese, students in theater and engineering created a device that costs only $65 to duplicate, and a new group of students is now working to bring their prototype to market. Second-year law student Damon Williams recently made history when he was selected to be the next leader of the University of Toledo Law Review. He is the first African-American student to hold the prestigious and highly competitive position of editor-in-chief in the publication's 52-year history. Not even a global pandemic could stop us from celebrating the achievements of our 4th-year medical students. This year's virtual match day honored 167 members of the U Toledo 2020 class. The number of students matching with our own College of Medicine and Life Sciences residency programs increased 30% over 2019, and the total number of students staying in Northwest Ohio increased nearly 50%. These numbers show that we're providing our region with well-trained, well-qualified physicians. The results wouldn't be possible without our academic affiliation with ProMedica. Together, we're fulfilling our mission to educate medical students and advance life-saving knowledge through research. We're all disappointed not to have spring sports this year to cheer for our talented student athletes. But I did want to take this opportunity to congratulate U Toledo senior Petronella Simyuk for being named Most Outstanding Female Track Performer by the Mid-American Conference. She earned the MAC title in the 800 meters, mile, and distance medley relay at the MAC Indoor Championships. She was also named First Team All-MAC in each of the events and broke U Toledo's indoor 800-meter record. I'd also like to thank everyone in the Rocket community for helping us lead the MAC in home football attendance for the 3rd straight year. We appreciate you bringing your spirit to the Glass Bowl in 2019 and look forward to seeing you there again in just a few months. Even though we're not on campus right now, the important research work of our faculty continues as we apply for grants, test theories, and publish papers. Our researchers are leaders in their fields, facing the world's most urgent problems head-on, with a cross-disciplinary approach and innovative solutions. In just the first 6 months of this year, we received $32.2 million in competitive research awards, an increase of nearly 24% over this time last year. This year, our campus was chosen by the U.S. Department of Energy to host a National Lab Day. The two-day event last October brought together representatives from the 17 Department of Energy national labs and more than 450 researchers exploring the critical scientific challenges of our time, including renewable technologies, astrophysics, water management, and materials manufacturing. While it was exciting to host, more importantly, the event opened doors to promising new partnerships with Oak Ridge National Lab on automotive research, with Idaho National Lab to repurpose nuclear reactors for hydrogen production, and with others as well. Dr. Michael Weintraub is working on a major initiative called the Terrestrial Aquatic Interface, led by Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. Let's learn more.
We are uniquely positioned to study the connections between the land and the lake. So the Maumee River is the biggest watershed feeding the Great Lakes, which is collectively the world's biggest freshwater system. Biggest watershed feeding the biggest freshwater system in the world, you can bet that this is a really important spot. We have a lot of fertilizer and other agricultural runoff that influences Lake Erie, causes harmful algal blooms, the famous Toledo water crisis of August 2014. There's this really dynamic exchange of materials across this interface from the land into the lake, the so-called terrestrial aquatic interface. We're seeing attention on this at the national scale. Myself and others at the University of Toledo are in the process of developing collaborations with the National Lab System, which is governed by the Department of Energy, to expand our studies of natural processes and human impacts across this so-called land-lake or terrestrial aquatic interface. And we are in the process of developing a joint proposal with the national labs for funding by the Department of Energy that would bring resources from outside to help us understand some of the issues that are driving water quality impacts in the western basin of Lake Erie and beyond, and would also provide opportunities for UT researchers to collaborate at the national labs. It would be a large-scale, exciting new initiative that would, be on par with some of the biggest research initiatives that are ongoing at UT.
We are continuing U Toledo's expertise in creating the next generation of solar technologies. One of the largest grants awarded this year went to Dr. Randy Ellingson and his team. The $7.4 million award from the U.S. Air Force supports work to enhance the reliability and efficiency of lightweight solar power to improve the safety and effectiveness of Department of Defense missions. And U Toledo physicists have had great success drawing record levels of power from the same amount of sunlight using a breakthrough technique. Dr. Yanfa Yan is currently leading $5.7 million in projects with the U.S. Department of Energy that collaborate with the National Renewable Energy Laboratory and First Solar. In a field where every fraction counts, his efforts have increased the efficiency of the new solar cell to about 23%, compared to the 18% currently available on the market. A new book by a U Toledo law professor is timely in a presidential election year. In his book, Originalism's Promise, a natural law account of the American Constitution, Lee Strang provides an argument for how Americans should interpret the Constitution. In times like these, the efforts of our researchers working to protect public health are critical. Dr. Steven Suchek and Dr. Catherine Wall are collaborating on a $2.3 million NIH-funded project to create a synthetic vaccine against a deadly antibiotic-resistant bacterial infection. And our faculty are serving as mentors to aspiring scholars like Alex Rake, a public health major and honors college student. Alex's work with immunologist Dr. Heather Conti has contributed extensively to research on campus and in the pages of academic journals. Alex has also published research on wealth inequality and its effects on healthcare with Dr. Timothy Jordan. And congratulations to Dr. Amanda Bryant Friedrich, Professor of Medicinal and Biological Chemistry and Dean of the College of Graduate Studies, who is among the 443 scientists to be newly elected Fellows of the American Association for the Advancement of Sciences, the world's largest general scientific society. 6 current and former Toledo faculty members have now been elected AAAS Fellows. Your University of Toledo continues to play an important role in our community. Research this year into the economic impact of the opioid epidemic in Northwest Ohio and poverty in Toledo will help shape the responses needed to address these issues. Our Human Trafficking and Social Justice Institute partnered this year with the Lucas County Sheriff's Office to launch the Runaway Project, which helps prevent our young people from becoming victims of trafficking and drug addiction. Toledo also embraces our role to be a source of expertise beyond our campus and city borders. During this coronavirus outbreak, our faculty have served as community leaders, sharing their knowledge with our local and national media outlets. From our infectious disease experts helping us to prevent exposure, to mental health leaders providing tips to better cope with this challenging situation, to business faculty offering leadership advice in times of crisis. College of Medicine and Life Sciences infectious disease expert Dr. Jennifer Hanrahan has been featured in a number of publications and in a university-produced video that was viewed by more than 11,000 people. While I've focused today on our faculty, staff, and students, I also want to recognize our global community of dedicated alumni, donors, and supporters whose generosity helps power our mission. In fiscal 2020, so far, more than 8,000 people have made financial contributions to the University of Toledo. And thanks to their support, more than 11,500 hardworking students have received scholarships this academic year. During this pandemic, many of those students cannot work on campus or are unable to return to their home countries. To help these students in need, we're raising support for the Rocket to Rocket Student Emergency Fund. I hope those of you who are able will join me in making a gift of $5, $10, or more toward our goal of $75,000 to help students with housing, utilities, medical bills, and other critical needs. These may be challenging times, but we're in this together. Thank you for all that you've done and continue to do for the University of Toledo. I'm so proud of how you've stepped up as students, as faculty, staff, alumni, and community members to not only ensure that our academic mission continues forward, but also realizing that our collective sacrifices are for the greater good of our region. We're providing real-time solutions to this crisis. The University of Toledo Medical Center, for example, was the first laboratory in Northwest Ohio to facilitate testing for COVID-19. This service helped to reduce waiting periods and prioritize testing for high-risk patients, first responders, and healthcare providers. In fact, 2 of our team members in the hospital's pathology department collaborated to develop the method needed to do this testing. Thank you to molecular specialist Dr. Ji-Yu Niao and lead technologist Heather Kowali. I'm proud to say Yao is a Toledo graduate and worked as a postdoc in the College of Medicine and Life Sciences. Additionally, faculty and staff from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences worked to create the needed viral transport media, a key material for testing that is in short supply across the country. And head football coach Jason Candle recently donated food to Toledo's first responders, and our medical students started a local chapter of Masks for Docs to get safety gear to local hospitals. There are so many stories like this, showing exactly the kind of rocket spirit that has brought us this far and will propel us into the future. Leadership starts with each of us. It's your efforts, especially in this time of uncertainty, that show the world who we are and what we're capable of. I'm so grateful for everything you're doing. Thanks to you, our Rocket family will get through this coronavirus challenge together. I can't wait to join you all back on campus, again enjoying our favorite traditions and creating new ones as soon as we're able. Thank you, and go Rockets.